Chapter 16. The Heart of the Matter. A storm rages outside the abandoned rooftop greenhouse, where you and Tristan finally stand before the mastermind behind it all. Eleanor? Terribly shocking, isn't it? No one ever suspects the old lady. Master, you're finally here. I knew you would save me. I prayed for it. Quiet, you've caused enough trouble. Margaret strains against her bonds on the altar, frenzied with rage at the sight of her captor. Let me go, you old hag. Mind your manners, princess. I suggest you shut that pretty mouth of yours before I shut it for you. Max. Tristan makes a move for Margaret, but Eleanor trains the gun on him. Tristan stops in his tracks. Mr. Thorne. Back on your knees, both of you. I didn't even know she had a gun. So you can play with us until you get bored? Go to hell, Eleanor. My sister needs help. And so will both of you unless you obey me. Tristan, do as she says. You get on your knees. Tristan hesitates, glancing back at Margaret, then follows suit. Well, that was easy. You are obedient little dogs, aren't you? Now, where's the weapon you took from the evidence locker? Your guess is as good as mine. It got lost in the shuffle. They ambushed me and tried to escape. I didn't... Tony, you lost the gun? This is how you prove you're ready for ascension? Ascension? Who are you? Some kind of career coach for serial killers? Who am I? I'm interested. Interesting how you don't know. I thought you were always one step ahead. Your mind reels, images, conversations flashing across your memory. Well, property records confirm the original manor that sat on the 16 Blake Hill Drive belonged to a guy named Mathis Blake. However, the Blake Hill Preservation Society built the mansion on top. Turns out they had plans to turn it to a historical site. The Preservation Society, you're the one behind it. That old house we found belongs to you. You think back to the bomb shelter you found in the basement. Wait a minute. That's a stuffed frog. The one with the initials on the foot. Burned frog, remember! Now, what are you doing here? Keeping someone company, I expect. You flip the stuffed animal over, reading the scorched initials on the foot. Hard to make out. Could be BB. It was EB for Eleanor. That frog belonged to you. You were in the bomb shelter that night for the fire. My word, but that would mean... You were merely a child. You think back to the old photo you took from the cult meeting house. The child. You're Eleanor Blake. She's got it. Very impressive, detective. Eleanor... what does this have to do with Margaret? That's kind of a given. That doesn't explain how you became a killer. Doesn't it? Use your imagination, detective. I'd rather you just say it. Less room for error. Your questions are wasting time. Tony, begin the preparations. Yes, master. Tony moves to a shelf laden with herbs, measures them in a bowl. Eleanor moves over to an old wooden desk and pulls a book from the drawer. Now, before we get underway, a game warden must keep meticulous records of every hunt. She lays the book open on the desk and produces a pen. The gun trained on you, she writes. Margaret Thorne, age 23. Dear, what was your last meal? Bite me. You're writing down evidence. No wonder Tony got caught. Why bring us all here at all? Just to get revenge? We've messed with your little cult, and now we have to pay. Margaret was just bait. You give yourself too much credit. You had access to Tony. I had access to Margaret. It was really that simple.
I had no need to seek revenge because you were always destined to fail.
According to who?
By the goddess of Mara, of course.
Great, a zealous serial killer, even better than the garden variety psychopath.
I don't expect you to understand, but you will tell me what you've uncovered about our activities.
What do we get in return?
The mercy of a quick death.
You need to work on your negotiating tactics.
I don't think you'll appreciate my other negotiating tactics, little prince. They're far bloodier. Though, of course, you won't survive to tell anyone else, so I suppose there's no harm in enlightening you.
As she paces, mulling it over, Tristan inches towards Marjoram and the altar. The mastermind's insidious backstory sounds like quite an entertaining diversion.
It may extend your lives by a few precious minutes, and you must be curious about what happened on the night of the fire, the night that made me who I am.
Near the altar, Tristan's hand reaches for a shard of broken glass. He gestures with his eyes, signaling you to stall. Margaret mouths her instructions. Keep her talking. Listen to Eleanor's story to keep her distracted and experience the fall of Blake Hill Mansion through her eyes and a diamond choice.
Keep Eleanor talking, yes?
Nothing you say would change what you've done, but let's hear it. Eleanor pours up a chair, takes a seat near you, the gun in her lap. Tristan scooches his foot towards the shard of glass on the floor.
Well, when you were a child, how much do you know about your father's work?
Don't talk about my father. Behind Eleanor, Tristan maneuvers the shard of broken glass into his hands. Carefully, he begins to saw at Margaret's bonds.
You loved him very much. We have something in common, don't you see? When I was a girl, my mother and father kept their hobbies a secret from me. But I'm not tired.
Oh, it's the girl from It Lives in the Woods. Well, it's your bedtime, so I guess you're out of luck.
Mr. Croaky wants to stay up and go to the party.
Oh, Mr. Croaky needs his rest, and so do you. Besides, you know our parties are for grown-ups only. Someday, honey, maybe your next birthday if you're really good.
Yay. And can Mr. Croaky come too?
Sorry, humans only.
But Mr. Croaky's an ordinary human. He's my best friend.
Oh, God, listener, already wagging that silver tongue? You'll go great places, my sweet. But for now, you must go to bed. Good night, my love.
Good night, Mama. Alas, I was never an obedient child.
We couldn't tell.
It wasn't the first time I'd snuck downstairs during one of their parties. I always could hear them from the kitchen corridor. Mr. Croaky, shh, I'm trying to listen.
Maiden, bless us. Mother, protect us.
It all seemed so important. I was fascinated. I knew about the secret passage to the basement. I'd even worked out how to open it, but I never gotten up the nerve to venture inside. I'm not scared, Mr. Croaky. You don't know what you're talking about. Until the night I heard a scream. What was that? At first I thought someone might be in danger. Mama? Ah, little did I know how right I was. In those days, you see, methods were simpler. My mother and father didn't use glitter. They simply knocked their victims out. Get away from me, you freaks! That night, it backfired.
Grab her! I'm trying!
An offering awoke. She got loose, grabbed a candlestick, fought back. It all happened so fast. I said get away!
Oh, damn it, I think she broke my wrist. Look out, she's got the knife!
The offering went for my father. I've played it over in my mind so many times. Die!
Attack the woman.
I ran into the room. Get away from my dad!
Eleanor!
I kicked her from behind. I still remember the way her knee crunched sideways. How much I enjoyed the sound of it even then. and she fell against my father, and the knife caught him between the ribs, toppled a sconce, and before I knew it, my father lay dying, and the room was in flames.
Darling! Get her out.
The others stayed behind, trying to fight the fire before it spread, but my mother, she grabbed me by the arm and ran. Fire chased after us.
Come now, Eleanor, run quick for Mama.
What are you doing? Who was that?
It doesn't matter now, just run.
What about Daddy?
I said run, Eleanor.
She dragged me to the fallout shelter in the cellar.
In here, get under the bed.
Where are you going?
Your father, he needs me. Just stay here and don't make a sound.
I'm sorry I peeked, Mama. Please don't go. I'm sorry.
Shh, it's okay, Eleanor. Everything's going to be okay. Just be brave for Mr. Croaky, okay? Be brave, be strong. I love you.
Mama, wait. The last time I saw her face was through the closing door. I don't know what happened on the other side of it back in that room, but I know that within minutes the fire had spread to the hall. The heat was unbearable. The smoke choked my lungs. I could hear the house moaning and snapping above me, and then I heard another voice.
Eleanor!
Mama! Mom, I'm here. I heard her pounding against the metal door, testing the lock. I remember wondering why she couldn't remember how to open it. I got up, ran to the door. The metal handle burned my skin. Ah!
Eleanor, open the door!
Hold on, Mama. I grabbed the blanket off the bed. I threw it over the handle, pulled the door open, but when I did...
Let me in!
Ah! Go away! The hallway was in flames. I tried to lock her out, but she grabbed my frog's leg, pulled it through the gap. I couldn't close the door.
Let me in, I'll burn!
Mom, Dad, somebody help! I pushed. She pushed. We were at a stalemate, eye to eye through the door. We might have stayed that way, but her side was on fire.
Eleanor, please open it! Open! Eleanor!
I had no idea how long we struggled. I could have shut my eyes to it, I suppose, but really, why would I? I watched the blaze engulf her. I watched her eyes boil, the skin blister, the peel back from her fingertips. And in the flames, that's when I saw her true face. Mahara.
Yeah, okay. Alright, whenever you tell yourself to sleep at night. You blink, because Eleanor finishes her story, unsure of what to say. How did no one find you after the fire?
They did. I spent a few years in the system after that. After I got out, I inherited my family's fortune, changed my name.
But the record said no one survived. They said...
Exactly what I wanted them to. Rewriting history was easier back then, at least if you had money. And I had enough to last a lifetime.
So you used it to start killing. How long did it take?
Once I emancipated myself, I started rebuilding the house for its original purpose, in the name of the goddess, the face in the flames.
Eleanor, you were traumatized. In a situation like that, a kid, that kind of violence.
Coping mechanism, post-traumatic stress disorder, etc., etc. I've had it all. Oh, woe is me. What a victim I am.
You are.
Not anymore. I haven't been prey for a long, long time.
Repeating the past can't rewrite it, no matter how hard you wish it could. These murders won't bring them back. She shakes, she takes a deep breath and stands, as if snapping back to reality.
Oh, it's no matter. Once the offering is prepared, Tony will ascend. My work will be complete. Finally, I can rest.
A look of euphoria crosses her face, just as Tristan finishes cutting through Margaret's restraints.
Well, that was a lovely little detour, but I believe you and I have an agreement.
Margaret stands Tristan at her side. The ropes slip onto the floor, pooling at her feet as she grabs a heavy branch from the ground. You talk too much. Every villain does. Seriously, Ultron was the only good one. Eleanor whirls, raising the gun as Margaret swings the branch at her head. Eleanor ducks, her reflexes uncannily quick.
Don't you know young ladies should learn to stay still?
Good thing I'm not a lady. Son of a... Tony stomps towards Tristan, who slashes at him with a broken glass. Tony bats it aside and backhands Tristan to the floor. Yeah, okay. Leave him alone. Tristan reaches for another shard, but Tony overpowers him, his boot pinning Tristan by the neck. Get the hell off my brother! They both move to intervene, but Eleanor jams her gun against her temple.
Perhaps Mahara is trying to tell us that we have the wrong sacrifice, that a better one is right before our eyes.
Eleanor turns to Margaret, eyes glinting with a strange fire.
Drop the branch.
Like hell I will.
If you don't, I'll kill the detective and your brother before you can even blink.
I'd love to see that, but, you know, I can blink pretty quick. Margaret's eyes flick between you and Tristan. Her grip on the branch loosens, hand trembling. She's already going to kill us. Don't listen. Margaret, drop it. Margaret's face crumbles as she looks at her brother. The branch crashes to the floor and she raises her hands. Chloe, I'm sorry. As Eleanor pushes you down onto the altar and Tony begins tying your wrist, you see a glint of metal in the foliage nearby. Is that the flintlock pistol? Margaret. You make eye contact with her, then glance towards the gun. Margaret follows your gaze, eyes going wide. You have nothing to apologize for. Eleanor stands aside while Tony ties you down and begins preparing you for the ritual. He tests the knots with a yank. Bonds are tied, Master. Should we deal with the other two before we start?
No, let them watch. We've waited too long already. Retrieve your mask for Mara. Let things get underway.
Margaret eyes the gun in the bushes once more, but there's no way for her to grab it without being seen. I need to give her an opening somehow. Maybe if I got them to talk again. No wonder you call her Master, Tony. All she does is boss you around. I was chosen. I own the right to serve my master.
Yes, you did. It's time to complete the trip this. At last, we have our final heart. Now then.
They begin to turn back towards Margaret. She freezes. You scramble for a distraction. Why, Sanja? There must have been some reason that you killed her first, but I can't for the life of me figure it out. Eleanor smirks, transferring the gun to her left hand and inspecting her fingernails.
We met through the Grandsons campaign. I made a good showing at her art show for Kenneth, but then I saw Sanja's little painting.
Your mind goes back to the day you met Tristan and the painting you discovered in Sanja's studio. Sanja knew more than you realized. Sanja's painting... That's how you discovered the fake cult. People started making connections at the show. The rumor began to circulate that the cult was still alive and well. You couldn't have that. People would start sniffing around the mansion again. Worse, they were making a mockery of your service to Mahara, so you began to investigate.
And I discovered Sanja knew more than was healthy.
So what? Sanja was in the wrong place at the wrong time? Tony applies more pressure to Tristan's neck. How did that work? No, seriously, stop. How does that work? More pressure to Tristan's neck? I thought he was on his knees. Tony was just helping us, like, tie us down. How does that work? Okay, whatever. Behind them, Margaret scoots closer to the gun, hands snaking behind her back. Sanja was bad. She wanted to expose us, bar us from Mahara's blessing.
She had joined Kenneth's little cult, you see. The pale imitation, the absolute joke. At first I didn't know he was part of the falsehood. All I knew is for someone sullied my father's legacy and had to pay.
And you thought you could find out through Sanja? You had Tony pose as a buyer that night at the Callaway Gala before you led her off for questioning. But something went wrong.
Turns out Sanja did a little research of her own. She somehow knew about us. and what we wanted. She recognized Tony and attempted to flee.
Gee, I wonder how. He's so subtle. Shut up! Tristan coughs as Tony's boot pushes down harder.
Sonja forced our hand. She insisted on showing the painting at another show, so we responded.
A loose end and a pretender, snipped nice and clean. Perfect first offering for Mara.
Oh, you didn't tie up every loose end. Sonja called me your worst nightmare. She was trying to get him to go to the studio to see the painting. And you know what? It worked.
Now, don't get ahead of the plot, Detective. Sonja may have exposed the pretenders, but not me. That little club caused me quite the headache, but it was also an opportunity, you see, to shift the law's focus away from us, you see.
So that we could continue Mara's great work. I began welding masks and daggers for pretenders. Silly imitations, nothing like mine.
You offered your work to Annika when they got big. Make them look authentic.
Yes. I saw through her ruse once I knew where to look, and Annika thought she was being so clever, recruiting all those new members.
Yet you still couldn't sniff any other pretenders. Until the night of the Iverson ball.
Yes, the two of you fell right into my lap, a Dracovian prince who owned an art studio, and a mysterious royal with a cache of pesky questions. Bethany Delgado passed you a note, and I knew at once she would have the information we needed.
And became my next offering to Mara.
You thought Bethany would know more, but... Bethany was stronger than you thought. An affair with the mayor teaches you how to keep secrets.
I'm afraid you're quite mistaken. Bethany was meek as a field mouse. She would have sung if we'd had more time.
But you didn't have time. We were right behind you.
Yes, a curse I fashioned into Mahara's blessing. A good hunter adapts, Detective. You did expose the frauds for us after all.
Just as we planned, until Reese got involved.
Yeah, what a meddlesome man. He's been sniffing around my father's and family's affairs for years.
He called student services on me. They made me go to counseling. He talked about being interested in Amara, but he didn't believe, not really.
I'm guessing that was the same counselor who got you expelled for stalking?
How do you know about that?
I'm a detective genius. I detected it. You couldn't handle that mentor thought. You took it too seriously. You wanted to hand Amara on to mean something.
It does mean something. You don't know me or Mahara.
I know that after you got expelled, you went straight to Blake Hill Mansion. You were broken, needed answers, so you took a job at the mansion as a groundskeeper.
I had to see it for myself. I had to trust in Mahara. I knew there was something more in that house. I felt it. A power hidden underneath the surface like in me.
He caught me bringing in a fresh offering late one night. Gave me quite a fright when he revealed himself. I nearly killed him, didn't I?
They both laugh at the memory, but behind Eleanor, Margaret inches closer to the gun in the shrubbery. Just need to buy Margaret a little more.
But then I realized Tony had been sent to me, that Mahara wanted me to pass on my life's work after all. Someone had to carry on once I was gone.
Eleanor steps closer to Tony, tenderly patting his cheek.
We've been practicing for years, Tony and I. Selection, pursuit, incapacitation. He's so close to ascension.
If I'd gotten Reese's heart.
Oh, now they may have delayed your ascension, but Mahara did not want Reese, Tony. It will happen tonight, despite all their meddling.
Eleanor's gaze shifts. Margaret freezes, one hand behind her back and halfway into the bush.
And though it's a pity we cannot still hear Reese, Bethany and my other gifts are well in hand.
Eleanor brushes a hair behind her ear. The diamond ring on her finger sparkles brilliantly.
Though, as for Sonja, she may have called you Prince, but I'm the only one who can hear Sonja now.
Eleanor turns her head strangely. The diamond earrings she wears glinting, the same dark color as the ring on her finger. Hear her now? Those diamonds, they're connected. Hearing Sanja, Bethany, being well in hand.
Did I say that? Seems a rather odd choice of words.
What did you do with them?
With what, dear?
Their hearts. You cut their hearts out. What did you do with their hearts?
Tony, why don't you show the detective what your marvelous machine over there is?
As Eleanor levels her gun at Tristan, Tony releases him to cross the room to the strange machine. Yeah, it's a particle densifier, I believe. Pretty much a diamond press, where they compress everything into a small diamond, you know? Kind of like they say, coal, when compressed enough, becomes, a small diamond inside. Yeah, no, same concept.
Incredible, isn't it? In my day, we just burned our offerings, but times change, I suppose. As you can see, I've caught up.
Eleanor flashes her earrings in large ring. You count over a dozen individual diamonds. You've been wearing your victims the whole time?
You're disgusting. Is it time, Master? Can I complete my mask?
Eleanor places her own mask on, while Tony places his, with 3 empty slots on the altar near your head. She detaches 1 diamond from her earring, and hands them to Tony.
These offerings purified before the Chosen gives them to Mahara, we beseech you to guide his arrow.
Tony slots the earring diamond into an empty recess of the mask. Eleanor hands him a 2nd diamond from a ring, and he slots it in another.
The crone forged in flame, the mother calm as sea, the maiden cast in purity light. And after all, how is a diamond made?
Heat, water, pressure.
And of course, the heart of the thing?
Eleanor taps your chest.
A bit of odd carbon.
You're sick. Well, I mean, it's cheap diamonds. That probably no one can tell the difference of. Interesting concept they have.
Perhaps the 3rd slot's for you. A bit poetic justice, don't you think? A very satisfying ending to a Detective Rose's great mystery.
I've got a better one. Margaret pulls the gun from the bushes and fires.
Master!
Tony dives for Eleanor just as Margaret pulls the trigger. Pushing her aside, the bullet rips into his hip. Damn it. He crawls out of sight as Eleanor rips her mask off and takes aim at Margaret.
You little witch, Mahara has shown me you are not deserving of this ritual.
The revolver cracks as a bullet explodes from the chamber. Margaret dives out of its path just in time, tossing Tristan the firearm. I'll handle Eleanor. Get Chloe free, Mags. Tristan levels the gun over the desk, takes aim as Margaret darts back to you. Margaret, the knots! She drops to her knee at your side, scrambling with Tony's knots as gunfire rings out. A bead of sweat trickles over her brow. I know, damn, they're too tight. Another shot zips by Tristan's ear, shattering a lantern just behind his head. Embers cascade onto the greenhouse floor. Tristan. I'm going as fast as I can. There's gotta be something we can use. The garden tools. I could grab one. The Dracovians can make anything into a weapon. She gestures to the rack nearby where you see a long gleaming blade. Are you serious? Point her to the bill hook. Over there, the bill hook. Grab it. Margaret reaches for the bill hook. Her fingers stretching, a bullet rips through the window above you and glass rains down on your heads. Almost. Finally, she manages to stretch enough to reach the handle. She yanks it down and flips open the blade, snaking it beneath your bonds. The bill hook slices cleanly through the ropes as soon as they fall away. Margaret hands you the tool. Time to fight. Eleanor screams as she sees you roll off the altar, her eyes wild with rage.
Tony, you useless whelp! Don't let them escape!
With another scream, Eleanor darts for cover. For a moment, the 3 of you are blissfully alone. Chloe, there's a door over... Tristan, behind you!
You ruined it.
Tony explodes out of the greenery, tackling Tristan from behind. Tony rips the gun from Tristan's grasp and hurls him to the ground, heaving with fury. Tony, yeah. You tighten your grip on the weapon and charge for Tony, the metal glinting in your hands. The billhook swings in a righteous arc, cutting down into Tony's shoulder. He screams. Blood blooming from his collar. Tony lashes out with his uninjured arm, his knuckles glancing off of your armor. Try again.
Damn ya.
Tony rushes Tristan. Even though he had him on the floor, now he's rushing him. Attempting once more to grab the gun, Tristan pivots, looking back to you and Margaret. I could use some assistance. I've been helping you. Tristan frees one of the blades from his sleeves and tosses it to Margaret, who deftly catches it in one hand. Evening the odds. Showing them what you can do, sis. As Tristan tries to keep the gun from Tony, Margaret leaps onto his back, slashing down with the hidden dagger. Get off of my brother, you brute. Urgh! Roaring in pain, Tony backhands Margaret, sending her sprawling. Even though she's on his back, but I don't know how that works. Taking advantage of Tristan's distraction, Tony reaches for the gun, wrapping his meaty fingers around the stock and points it towards you. I'm gonna parry. Tony rips off a shot, but you angle the billhook so wide the edge deflects the bullet. Ow. Geometry. I told you, you're not chosen, and you're a crummy shot on top of it. The twirl of the billhook around the barrel of the gun to knock the weapon from Tony's hand. Looks like you won't be ascending tonight, Tony. You level the billhook at Tony's chest, breathing hard. Every instinct he screams at you to end it, to end him. You don't deserve mercy. Chloe, don't. I won't. He deserves to pay for everything he's done for a long, long time. Oh, come on. It's choices. We should have the choice. Agreed. Tristan's kick sends Tony flying right back into the altar. He crashes into the candle, sending them rolling across the floor. Hey, is everything gonna catch on fire again? Leaves and vines spark as they catch fire, the dry, wilted plants making perfect tinder for the flames. Why is it always fire? Because you people enable it. That borrowed time we were operating on, it just got significantly shortened. He glanced back to Eleanor, who has finally emerged from the cover to join the fight.
No, the greenhouse, what have you done?
Divide and conquer, Tristan? Tristan winks and then mounds toward Margaret, struggles to keep Tony pinned. Your turn to back. You turn your back to the mastermind. Distract Eleanor! Steal the gun! Grab the mask! I'm going to steal the gun. You lunge for Eleanor, aiming her gun towards the ceiling and twisting the other behind her back. Ah! She snarls and tries to free herself, but you rip the revolver from her grasp.
Master!
You skirmish, grinds to a halt. Tristan and Margaret breathe heavily as Tony's attention turns towards you. Tony's arm whips back towards Tristan. You rip the gun from Eleanor's temple, take aim at Tony, and fire. Click. The chamber's empty. No.
A valiant attempt, Detective. Too bad it was for nothing.
With lightning speed, she elbows you in the gut as you double over the smoke, burning your eyes. Eleanor retrieves her gun. Eleanor steps forward as flames climb the overgrown ivy, surveying the damage to the greenhouse.
Congratulations, Detective. You've set my greenhouse aflame, but it won't change your fate.
I can handle that, as long as I drag you to hell with us.
Oh, that won't be happening. Tony, I'm afraid your ascension will have to wait. I think we'd best kill them and be done with it.
No, please, there's still time. I can do this, I can...
He's cut off by the growing cascade of sirens and the far-off whirl of helicopter blades.
What is that?
The cavalry.
You let them follow you?
No. I swear, I didn't. I did everything you said.
You really believe you're the chosen one? Then you're in no danger, right? Maharop will protect you.
Of course she will.
So why does Eleanor want you to run? Eleanor pulls a fresh bullet from her pocket, scowling as she loads it into a revolver chamber and spins it into place.
Mahara's will is my own. The time isn't right, Tony. We're leaving.
The helicopter hovers close to the rooftop. Its floodlight shoots through the scatter of stained glass. Thompson's almost here. I just need to keep them occupied. Get it through your head, Tony. Eleanor doesn't believe in Mahara.
Shut up, everybody, shut up.
She's either a liar or a coward, one or the other. If she's lying now, I wonder what else she's lied to you about. Uncertainty flickers over his face. Suddenly, the burning greenhouse explodes with light as the helicopter searchlight stops on top of it. Tony Kowalski, you're surrounded. Release the hostages and come out with your hands up.
Oh, damn it.
Master, wait. The offering must be prepared.
Tony, will you be quiet?
A wounded expression crosses his face as he closes his mouth. Eleanor's eyes dart around the room, searching for her escape. If you ask me, Mahara's forsaken you. Look around, Eleanor. Your sanctuary is in flames. Would Mahara really let this happen to her chosen? Would you really let all your hard work go up in smoke?
Of course not. These flames are nothing to Mahara.
Oh, be quiet, Tony.
It doesn't seem like nothing. The diamond press won't survive. What about your ascension? Your offerings? Maybe you've disappointed Mahara one too many times.
No, that's not it, can't.
Oh, silence, Tony.
Mahara loves us.
Oh, Jesus.
Silence!
In a rage, she points a gun at Tony and pulls the trigger. Click.
Ow, I thought I...
The chamber is empty. Eleanor's bullet on fire. Tony drops to his knees, devastated, as Eleanor stares at the gun in her hand.
Master, how could you?
Gravel crunches outside, shadowy figures taking positions just beyond the glass. As fire burns higher, you see Thompson advance. This is your last warning. The gun hangs deathly still in her hands, a war raging behind her eyes. Tony takes a step towards her.
You have no idea how deep my dedication runs. These flames tried to destroy me once already.
Then why are you running? Are you scared you're not chosen?
I am chosen.
Tony shakes, reaching for the forgotten firearm on the glass-littered floor.
Tried to kill me.
Eleanor glances at him, eyes narrowing as he raises the flintlock.
You tried to kill me! Bang!
The shot cuts through the air. Blood blooms across her robes. She stumbles backwards, coughing blood.
Mother, no!
The light drains from her eyes as she staggers into the flames. They engulf her body, spiraling up her robes into a hellish whirlwind. Holy Chloe. Tony looks down at the smoldering body, jaw quivering, eyes welling with tears. Tony, let's put the gun down.
No. Mahara was supposed to protect you. I'm not worthy.
He thrusts your gun to his chin and pulls the trigger. Click. The weapon doesn't fire. His eyes peek open. He pulls the trigger again and again and again, but nothing happens.
No, Mahara, why? Take me!
Tony falls to his knees, the fight going out of him. Tristan gingerly picks up the gun out of his grip. It would appear you've been chosen after all. From outside, Thompson's voice crackles over the loudspeaker. Rose, can you hear me? Are they down? Thompson! A burning beam falls between you and the window, spraying cinders. No! That's our way out! Back door it is. You look towards Tony, but he's still on his knees, a 1,000-yard stare in his eyes. Help me. Get him up. Another beam falls, a gust of smoke rushing across the greenhouse floor, and you collapse in a coughing fit. Leave him, there's no time. Tristan and Margaret drag you towards the exit. No, we have to go back.
Let him die if that's what he wants.
But if Tony dies, the truth dies with him.
We're past needing to prove he killed our victims.
but they're not the only victims. Every person that was in the basement, every person Eleanor made disappear. That ledger is evidence, Tristan. Names, all the details we need. It's closure for the families. I don't care about them, I care about you. I backed you up the last time you went charging into a burning building. I'm asking you to return the favor. No, I'm not letting you do this alone. Margaret needs to get out of here. She needs someone to show her the way out. I'll be fine. Tristan looks from you to the flames, agonizing his grip on your arm lessens. Brave the flames for Eleanor's detailed ledger to close this case for good. Grab Eleanor's ledger. Damn it, please be careful. Aren't I always? You yank Tristan in for a fleeting kiss, then rip free from his grasp and sprint back across the greenhouse. The air is thick with smoke as you dodge the flames and falling debris. Damn it, this whole place is coming down. You cover your mouth as you stumble towards the altar, feeling around for the notebook. Tony's still hunched on the floor, clutching the diamond-studded mask. Tony, where's the ledger? He looks up, eyes distant, and a burning beam crashes to the floor between you, sending up a wall of flames.
She always kept it in the desk. It's no use. It'll burn with the rest of us. Mara's forsaken me.
You don't get to just die. You're answering for what you've done. Your shoulders twitch with a mirthless chuckle, eyes returning to the floor. Tell him to get it together. Tony, listen to me. I won't pretend you don't deserve this. You killed 2 people. Eleanor killed 10 times that many.
She deserved to burn. I deserve to burn.
I don't give a damn what you deserve. Now get the hell up. You kick aside the flaming beam and smack Tony in the face. He blinks rapidly, ash falling into his eyes.
Fine. Fine, I'll go.
A nearby window explodes. Officers shine rifles in, then recoil from the heat. Thompson's voice rings out through the smoke. Rose, where the hell are you? You shove Tony towards her and the other officers. Take him and go. I'll find my way out soon. She hauls Tony out. You turn and sprint back into the flames, scanning for the ledger. Where are you, you stupid thing? Tony said to check the desk. You race to the desk and start ripping through the drawers. Come on, I know it's here. Burning embers land on the desktop, the ancient dry wood catching instantly. No. You bat them aside, but it's no use. The desk begins to go up in flames. Damn it, where is it? You yank open the bottom drawer and find the ledger book inside. Yes! Suddenly, one side of the desk gives way, crashing against your leg. The weight of it drives you to the floor, a mass of burning wood pinning you from the waist down. How big is this desk? Seriously. Flames climb the desk, fumes from the burning lacquer making you dizzy. Sweat stings your eyes, smoke chokes your lungs. Someone help! The beams collapse, windows warp, crack. Rain sizzles off the blazing structure. Thunder cracks from far above, your voice lost beneath the chaos. Someone, please! You clutch the ledger book to your chest. The heat presses against you from all sides, your vision clouding as darkness crashes in. Tristan. Your lungs are on fire. The smoke is unbearable. You gasp for breath, but the fiery floor sways beneath your feet. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, Tristan. But the weight suddenly lifts, and a strong hand drags you from the wreckage. What? Your vision swims as you come to. Familiar arms wrap around your chest, and you're pulled backwards, away from the flames. As your body cuts through the broken glass and embers, you spot a Dracovian boot out of the corner of your eye. Hold on, Chloe. Tristan, I knew you'd come for me. Of course I came back. That's what partners are for. Now, you just have to keep up your part of the bargain and stay with me. All around you, cinders and sparks fly. Tristan coughs as he heaves you to safety and begins to stumble. But, despite the smoke, despite the heat, Tristan somehow manages to pull you across the threshold, out of the fire and into the night. As the greenhouse burns behind you, taking all of its old evils with it, Tristan collapses to the wet concrete at your side. That was incredibly stupid of you, but very brave. You suppress a cough as Tristan scowls at you. You're the one who ran back into hell to save little old me. Now that's romance. Over Tristan's shoulder, you see Thompson and Margaret running up to you. Oh, thank God. Where's the killer? You drop to your knees, coughing from the smoke. She's dead. It's over. Good. Well, except for the guy over there that you took. You know, technically he's an associate. Thompson swings her flashlight over your face. The icy rain pelts you as you struggle for breath. Are you alright there, Rose? You cough again, your vision blurring at the edges. Tristan kneels down in front of you. Fine. Just a little smoke. As the greenhouse burns, thunder cracks, you feel Tristan's hand on your face, and the darkness closes in. It'd be nap time. Chloe, stay with me. Chloe! Yeah. It's called smoke inhalation. You can still pass out from it. Yeah, we'll talk about that here in a minute. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Much love and appreciation. Remember, you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below. Links to social media, Discord, if you'd like to support me and my content. It'd be very appreciated that you did so. But otherwise, love you beautiful faces. Make sure that if you want to support the content, there is that thanks button. There's the join button. And like I said, there's a few links in the description of the video. It'd be greatly appreciated, you know. But without further ado, what do you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Well, no. Let me know. Yeah, no. At least I got this out ASAP. I'm going to be working on quite a bit of content. You know, I got to make up for lost time, you know, so got to be working on those other 2 books we've been putting out that I have finally got around to. So look forward to those tomorrow. And without further ado, peace out.